the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
Call order the roll call, starting on my right.
Councilperson Josh Arndt.
Councilperson Brent Fire.
Mayor Jimmy John King.
Councilperson Craig Anderson.
Councilperson Jeremiah Olsen.
Looking for approval of tonight's agenda. Any additions?
Shouldn't be anything from staff.
You guys don't put anything on? Don't take anything off?
These I guess we gotta work through.
All right, looking for motion to approve the agenda.
I'll make that motion.
Second.
Second.
All in favor say aye.
Aye.
Opposed? That passes. Approval of council meeting minutes of the regular meeting of September 10th, 2019. Give them a quick perusal.
I'll make a motion to approve.
We've got a motion, do we have a second?
Second.
We've got a second, any questions or discussion? Hearing none, all in favor say aye.
Aye.
Opposed? That also carries. Finance and budget. We got all the accounts payable with the additionals 1, 2, and 3. Do we have any questions? Direct them to finance director.
Assume some are highlighted for a reason, right?
Well, I got one correction. On additional accounts payable 3, we just juxtaposed Elcor and it should have said Edge. It's part of a retainage that we're releasing. So in the packet it'll say Elcor, but it's supposed to go to Edge.
We'll have to talk to Steve about that.
Otherwise the rest should be good or normal.
So there's a couple things that are highlighted on here though. It's already special. Like, what page is this?
The cement,
Page 18, which is
19.
Department 410 General, and then it's highlighted further, HSA Admin 3675. And then the next page, 401 Amphitheater.
6,000.
Right. Are they highlighted for any reason, or is it just?
No.
They shouldn't be, unless it was just a computer, where it hits it as they were going through it. Because that HSA is just a recurring admin charge. And then with the amphitheater, it's the start of some of the construction materials for down payment on it.
Okay, and where you say it says Elcor and it should have been Edge, it also says 2019 CIP, should that have been 2018 since they were?
Correct. Yep,
Okay.
that's correct.
Okay.
Any other questions or comments? If not, I'll look for a motion to approve the accounts payable.
I'll make a motion to approve.
You got a second?
Second.
All in favor say aye.
Aye.
Opposed? That carries. Motion's general business. First item under general business. Resolution providing for issuance and sale of the 2019 CIP General Obligation Improvement Utility Revenue Bond. The city's legal counsel, Mary Ipple of Briggs & Morgan, along with the city's bond consultant, Paul Donna, Bard, have coordinated and negotiated the sale of a $1,020,000 bond to be used for all the 2019 capital improvement projects work. Attached is a summary of the sale for your review along with the resolution authorizing the sale. Council action requested will be approve the resolution 2019-resolution providing for the issuance and sale of a general obligation improvement utility revenue bond, pledging for the security thereof, special assessments and new revenues, and levying a tax for the payment thereof. That's the one I went through, Bremer?
Yeah, Paul Donna wanted to be here just to see if he had any questions. He said he'd be available by phone if we do. He had a family thing come up right at the end here, so he couldn't get down here. But he was very pleased with the turnout. As you can see, that interest rate is way great, because that's going to make the citizens way greatly happy. Because as you know, we go 1% over that rate we borrowed at. And if you remember from when we started the project, we kind of said it'd be great to be at a 3, but most likely a 4 or 5. So now to have it at that 3.35 or whatever will work out pretty nice. And then Bremer being local was a good thing. Farmers Bank also, Farmers and Merchants here in town said they'd be a backup in case One of these didn't work out. Their portfolio is pretty full ag-wise, so that's why they didn't submit the, I guess you'd call it the first hand or opportunity bid. But they said had this not worked out, they wanted us to visit them again and they'd try to work something out with us, so.
And we can pay it off early if you want.
Yep, and that's another good thing, because as you know, down through the years, we've done some, what we call either crossovers or early payoffs, and so this opportunity is here as well, so that should be a good thing.
Any questions from up here? You're all happy with it? Brett, you
Looks
happy
good.
with it? It looks good.
Be better if we didn't have to vote on anything, but it's still good.
All in favor?
We have to make a motion first.
Oops,
I'll move to approve.
let's just go, yeah, because we like it. We got a motion to approve, we got a second?
I'll second it.
We got a second, all in favor, say aye.
Aye.
Opposed? That one carries. Next item. Fire relief. Amending the fire relief bylaws, Articles 7 and 8, benefits and pensions. The Stewartville Firemen's Relief Association can change the bylaws regarding the benefit sum per year in regards to sick and disability benefits, death benefits, and pensions. They have reviewed the 3 rate increase options which are attached and approved a rate increase from $3,300 to $3,400. Even though the Relief Association is its own entity and regulated by state statute, it is required to notify the city of any bylaw changes, as the city has a legal obligation to finance any shortfall if it should occur with any city-approved bylaw changes. In 2010, the Finance Committee recommended the rate be based on a 1 to 1.35 ratio of the accrued liabilities to investments. The Finance Committee recommended that the calculation be refigured annually using the prior year's state report for the base. The Council has adopted the recommendation to have a 1 to 1.35 ratio and is reflected in the Section 3A of the relief bylaws. They felt that since the city maintains at least a 35% reserve in the general fund as required by the state auditor, that the same ratio should be applied to the city's potential obligation to the Relief Association pension. This provision will not be changing. The city's obligation based on the 2018 schedule form for lump sum pension plans at this time is a rate of $3,125. Due to the GASB regulation regarding fire relief pension reporting, the city has hired an outside firm to conduct an actuary study on pension contribution holdings and future requirements in 2015. This study was updated at the end of 2018 and showed that the fire relief had a surplus of funding and they could increase their pension amounts. So council action requested tonight is to approve or deny a resolution amending the bylaws of the Stewartville Fire Department Relief Association, Article 7, Section 1, and Article 8, Sections 1, 2, and 3, from $3,300 to $3,400, and no changes to Section 3A. Any questions or discussions?
And it was my error there about the 3 options. This year, we're just proposing the one, up that $100. So.
All right.
And representatives of the Relief Association are here in case you have any questions. But it looks like it should fall in within everything they had for the year. And then, of course, our rate stayed the same this year, so there's no change from the city's end of it. So from our end, it looks like it can be recommended for approval.
Any questions or discussion? If not, I'll look for a motion.
I will abstain from voting.
Mr. Byers is abstaining. Do we have a motion?
So moved.
We have a motion. We have a second?
Second.
All in favor, say aye.
Aye.
Opposed? That also carries. Next, 2020 budget. Oh, come on, you're not gonna stay? Looks like we got 2 of them here. Number 1 will be a resolution approving the 2019 proposed tax levy collectible in 2020, and number 2 will be set truth taxation public hearing. The city council will need to certify the preliminary levy to the county on or before September 30th, 2019. The levy that the council adopts can only be decreased, in the final levy, no increase. As a result of the council workshop, council directed staff to prepare the proposed certified levy based on the proposed preliminary 2020 budget of $8,439,770. This amounts to a proposed levy of $3,522,210, an increase of $223,889 from the 2019 certified levy of $3,298,321. The levy is made up of the operating levy of $3,255,181, the swimming pool referendum levy of $138,010, and the fire hall referendum levy of $129,019. Then we want to set a truth and taxation meeting needs to be scheduled to present the proposed levy and the budget to the public to receive their input. Staff is recommending that the T&T be set for Tuesday, December 3rd at 7 p.m. with a continuation meeting if necessary at the regular council meeting on December 10th. So the council action that will be requested tonight is to adopt resolution 2020 a resolution approving the 2019 proposed tax levy collectible in 2020. We'll do that action first. Questions or discussion on that? Bill?
We were able to actually shave a little bit from your workshop. Remember that was gonna be a proposed 8%. Well, we did get that down right now to 6.8. And then if you remember, the tax increase was gonna be like 2.7. Well, we did get that down to 1.6. Basic, two areas that we got some was, were some, Nate and I worked on library because we had both doubled up, getting the proposal together. And then Sean and I had doubled up a little bit on some street stuff, but there's a whole separate category for street. So we just shaved a little bit out of public works. The biggest increase then ends up being just in equipment for public works. And as you know from back in the spring, the workshop, and then Sean has since mentioned, just because of this more immediate need of some dump trucks and the cost of such, he's proposing or hoping we can kind of bump that up a little bit. So at least at the moment, that's the main category of increase. And then now the department heads will go to work and see if there's some
Still have time to tweak.
little areas. Yep. And hopefully we can do a little shaving and now have Carla's input on that as well. So it made the picture a little bit better. So.
All right. First action there, we got a motion to adopt resolution 2020, or resolution approving 2019 proposed tax levy collectible in 2020.
I'll make that motion.
One second.
Any questions or discussion? Hearing none, all in favor say aye.
Aye.
Opposed, that carries. Second action is to set truth and taxation public meeting for Tuesday, December 3rd at 7 p.m. Motion?
So moved.
Second?
Second.
Questions on that? Hearing none, all in favor say aye.
Aye.
Opposed, that also carries. That takes us to liquor license, Striker's Corner. Matt and Royal Johnson have submitted an application for an on-sale, off-sale Sunday 2 a.m. liquor license to operate MPS Group properties doing business at Striker's Corner. The Johnsons will be purchasing the business from William Phillips. The Sheriff's Department and County Attorney's Office are in the process of conducting their investigations. The action request from the council tonight is to approve the on-sale, off-sale Sunday 2 a.m. liquor license for MSP properties doing business at Striker's Lounge, subject to complete application. Motion?
I'll make that motion.
One second.
Questions or discussion? Hearing none, all in favor say aye.
Aye.
Opposed? That also carries.
City council gets to dictate all pricing at Strikers.
Should add that into the motion.
Condition.
I object.
All right, that takes us out of general business into the mayor's consultants, staff reports. Mayor's report tonight. We'd like to send city sympathies to the families of Betty Barber, Ken Reed, Garvin Prock, Kip Johnson, and Anna Finger. We'd like to send a big thank you out to the Morning Lions Fall Fest. They had to fight the weather again this year a little bit, but it's amazing. It did it. The event's getting bigger and better, and many volunteers, they step up to help, they put it on. They actually still had a pretty good turnout later on in the afternoon when the rain and the weather let up a little bit. But I got out there for a while. It was a good time. The Center for Active Adults will be holding a fundraiser on Sunday, September 27th. Elvis and Son will be performing. Get your tickets. I already got my tickets, and help support our seniors. Firefighters Annual Breakfast, benefit breakfast is on Sunday, October 6th at the American Legion. Please come on out and show your support for our firefighters. They do a tremendous job all year round. I'd like to send a happy birthday out to our new finance director, Carla. She'll be celebrating this Friday. Congratulations, happy birthday.
Thank you.
And council member Jeremiah Ogen, send a happy birthday to him coming up on Sunday.
Football day.
Football Sunday.
I shall celebrate your birthday.
And a great big happy 9th birthday to Ava Byers. She's going to be celebrating her birthday tomorrow. What are you doing for her, Brent?
I'm not sure.
Put a tent up in the doorway of the pool. Try to serve cakes.
Oh, pool's full for now.
Yeah.
Tell Ava happy birthday when you get home. That's all I've got. And that takes us on to the city administrator's report.
Reports in your packet, just a couple items to highlight, but I'll actually highlight them under the next associated categories here, so.
All right. Carla, finance director's report.
All as well.
Good report.
I came back today.
Better report.
All right. Public Works Director, Sean's not right here, but we got the wastewater, water report in there.
Yep, and he wanted you to know that the drainage project is going well. The amphitheater project is going well. Obviously, we dealt with a little rain in the last few days, but we'll continue on with those. And then we're utilizing fill from the project to take out to the amphitheater as we make that bowl area a little bit bigger for capacity and maintenance. So that's been a good thing. And then
See, they started grinding out there this morning on the county road.
yeah, yep, and that was the other thing on 10th or County Road 35. So we'll deal with the remill for a while. The first couple weeks here are scheduled to be our water main work. And then after that's completed, then the county will come back in to do the paving. And they're gonna try to maintain the road to be open during all that paving work. And so that's scheduled to last for about a month here between our work and their work. So.
And they got they got the first.
Yeah, and if you've been by Fourth, yep, and that was the only thing Jenna had that they've got the blacktop in on all of Fourth, all the way down. And they're working like a dog to get the base work. They've got all underground in, including the subdrain. So now they're working to get that base work done, and then the rock on 3rd and 5th. And then you'll probably start seeing some activity on the landscaping up on 4th. So they'll start in on that. So everybody felt pretty good that the progress is continuing on.
It's a nice smooth ride. I drove through there tonight, so
Yeah.
that's good.
It's really shaping up. So hopefully we'll keep her going.
Good. So city engineer report.
And that was a ditto for her. So.
All right, you covered that too.
Yep.
You're really covering the bases tonight. You're kind of a one-man show. You want to do the library director, or are you going to let Nate?
Well, I'll yield to the fine gentleman to my left.
Library's doing really well. We're getting back in the swing of things with school started again. I do want to apologize to the council. There was an omission in my report on October 28th. We are having a program, Spirographs and Little Bits. It's going to be kind of a art and science program. Should be a lot of fun. Additionally, since I submitted my report, we received a $1,000 donation from the Stewartville Lions Club. We're going to be using that to pay for Legos and these small circuits called Little Bits that are going to be in this program. So it's going to be great. And if you haven't played with them, I might bring them for one of the council meetings. I think we'll get a kick out of them.
I think you need to explain a little more about Lego zipline time trials.
Oh, I'm excited to. Okay, so how a Lego zipline time trial works is you take a hunk of fishing string and you run it from one part of the library to another. And kids come in and can build a Lego something that can hook into the zip line. And then the fastest one to the end of the library wins. So
Let's keep OSHA away then.
but yeah, I've done it at other libraries. It's always a big hit and looks great on the internet. So yeah.
Neat.
All right. Any questions for Nate? All right, thank you, Nate. No fire chief tonight? So that's gonna take us to committee, commission, and board reports. Chamber of Commerce, EDHRA.
EDA just had one thing. Did you get a chance to review those draft videos? If you have any suggestions for the EDA reps, pass it on to them. Otherwise,
I
they'll
thought
keep
they were
fine
good.
tuning them into the final product. So yeah, they look pretty good.
All right. Finance,
The only thing there would be, after the department heads get a chance to go through the budget again, then we'll try to do some kind of follow-up workshop with you all, just to see if you had gotten any additional comments or saw anything that we want to adjust, so.
all right. Library,
Other reports in there, I wasn't able to make it, but everything's in.
all right. Park board,
Nothing to report.
personnel,
Shouldn't be anything, just follow-up or the next step with union negotiations, so.
planning and zoning.
Meeting coming up next month.
And then in my report too, and you're invited, please put on your calendars that November 6th planning and zoning meeting, because that's the public hearing. And it would be good for all of you to hear if any citizens come in and comment.
It's October.
verbally.
This first one coming up.
November 6th, yeah. So just giving you far enough notice of that.
Public safety,
I don't believe there was anything this time.
all right. Public works,
Pretty much got, I think, everything covered under Sean's part.
ready,
We just had a meeting today, so you'll see those minutes coming up.
roll call.
That meeting was just Friday, so you'll see those minutes coming up at the next one.
Stu 180, anything going on there? All right. Transit Advisory Committee. No report. I thought for sure you had it. Nothing under communications.
Yeah.
That takes us to the open mic. City Council welcomes and encourages all the participation we can get from community members. Please keep in mind that your comments must be pertinent to city business and must adhere to the data privacy rules. That means no employee's name may be used. Please do not expect any action from this council this evening regarding your concerns. We also request that your comments be limited to 4 minutes. Speakers be recognized only once. At this time, we would ask anyone who would like to address the city council to please step up to the podium and state your name and address. You're gonna pass on that too? I'll pass on that. All right.
Move to adjourn.
Got a motion to adjourn, we got a second? Second. We got a second, all in favor say aye.
Aye.
Opposed? We're adjourned, thank you all.